Alright guys, it's that time again. We just finished up Hoenn, now we're going into Sinnoh. I'm going to be disappearing for a few weeks to prepare everything and get everything ready in advance, and also just having a break from YouTube sometimes is healthy. So with this, I want to address and ask for your guys' opinions and put you guys a part of the conversation. As usual, this is your chance to submit any nicknames you have for Sinnoh Pokemon. Please do me a good favor in this and look at the Sinnoh playlist first before you recommend it. I say that because, in my opinion, Sinnoh is incredibly fucking shallow, and there is a 30% chance we've already did the Pokemon you might submit. I say that because we've already covered a third of the population and we haven't even started yet. Next is going to be similar to Latios and Latias. We covered those two together in an episode, and we also did Plusle and Minun together in an episode. In my opinion, the Lake Guardians are just as shallow. They're all basically the same Pokemon, they share the same typing, they share the same thematic, they share the same design, be it slightly different. So, should I cover all three Lake Guardians in one episode, or do you want them to be drawn out in 3 different episodes? I kind of stand by the idea of whatever nickname you give to one, you could probably give to the other, because they're not going to be that different other than like, oh, that one's willpower, that one's emotion, and that's like the end of it. I'm also undecided what I want to do about Rotom, because in my opinion, Rotom is a vastly different Pokemon from some of the others, to where I could do it like one form per video, or I could address all forms in one video. Personally, I think all forms in one video is probably going to be the way to go, because I think looking up Heat Rotom nicknames, Wash Rotom nicknames, is probably going to be like way more complex and probably yield less results. So I might compress it down into one video, but if you think that maybe I should separate it into a bunch of videos, let me know about that too. That's another thing I'm considering, is how I want to approach Rotom. Next is the fact that I like to try and make these videos a little bit creative and clever with like small little touches, like with the music, or the fact that the Rayquaza episode is named is under Pokemon Emerald for the game description, while the rest are Ruby and Sapphire. Oh, look at that small touch. The playlists are the director's cuts. So with that in mind, I'm going to ask for advice on music. I did not grow up playing Gen 4 at all. Like, I skipped out on that. That was just, I was done. And because the remakes only just now got announced and we don't have the ability to lean on that soundtrack, I have to be a little bit more creative with it. So any sort of song that you think would fit a specific Pokemon, I'm also open to recommendations as well. This is going to include the main series game being top priority, and then spin-offs can get like a lesser shot. So, for instance, I wanted to use the pinball songs for Groudon and Kyogre, but I changed my mind because I was like, more people are going to understand the mainline games than some niche spin-off. So, if you've got a cool idea for like Palkia, Spirit Pillar is probably going to take precedence, but something like Heatran, which might not have a unique thing attached to it, like, that could work. But in other words, you know, consider things like Cynthia's going to have Garchomp, or the Lake Guardians having their own battle theme, Arceus having his own battle theme. If you can think of things like that, like, let me know, because I might need help with this one. And then things like PBR is open, or whatever other spin-offs you could think of that might have cool nods like that as well. Lastly, I want to show you guys something. No, I am not trying to pretend to be the name writer from Pokemon.net or the Tumblr or anything like that. I'm doing it because I want to and because it's my decision. It has nothing to do with anyone else's influence. This was something I did on my own. If I wanted to copy someone else, I would have done it years ago. Now, I get comments sometimes about like, hey, you're the Pokemon.net guy. Like, no, I'm not. And I understand that maybe not everyone has seen that video and looked, God help them, 3 minutes to see that one little bit. I've updated my description to include the fact that I'm not him. I thought it would have been insanely obvious considering we have contradictory opinions to where, like, if you look at the videos, he'll say this is shit and I'll say it's fine. Like, I thought it would have been obvious, but not everyone gets it. You have my full permission to correct someone if anyone tries to comment and say like, oh, you're the Pokemon.net guy or whatever. I'm not. This is the only time I've ever done name rating. It's exclusive to YouTube, nowhere else. I will ask that you guys at least be kind of polite with each other about it, because, again, I don't think my channel is necessarily about being an asshole unless you're the Tumblr idiot, then I'll be an asshole, but other words, I try to focus more on what's good opposed to what's bad. That's just me. But I think that's it. So, recommendations for Sinnoh Pokemon nicknames. Make sure we haven't already done it yet already, because we probably have. What to do as far as the Late Guardians and Rotom, separate episodes, one episode, what do. Music ideas, just in case you feel like contributing, I'll listen. I've already taken quite a bit of notes on how I want certain ones to follow, but, you know, there's other Pokemon like, let's say, Heatran. Oh, here's a good one. Regigigas. Basically anything that's like post-game, because I've never played post-game. Post-game, online, side modes, events, like that stuff I've never experienced. I've only experienced the main game via emulator, and that's it. So, some sort of like mystery gift shit, I've got no clue. Never done anything in the underground, I don't know if there's anything going on there. I saw that Heart Gold has a thing called Sinnoh Ruins, which is something to do with Regigigas, so like, stuff like that I'm gonna need help with, but if you can't help, it's fine, it's whatever, I'll just pick a random theme. But if I can add that small little extra detail to make the video more interesting, I'd like to do that. And then just a reminder that I'm not the Pokemon.net guy or Tumblr or anything. I'm my own person. You have my permission to correct people. If you see someone saying that, just try not to be a complete asshole about it. Other words, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to work on soundtrack, thumbnails, that stuff. And I can guarantee you we will have all of Sinnoh done before the remakes are released.